Today let us look at callback or anonymous functions, which we have used extensively in jQuery or Node.js programs. Today let us see the anatomy of how it works actually. I have included the jQuery library and myscript.js, which is empty. I'll take a paragraph here just for the sake of illustration. Let's have a look at it in our browser. Okay, now I'll start with the jQuery code. Once the HTML page loads, it is ready. I'll call an anonymous function. Well, we'll discuss what it is actually and its actual anatomy in a while. This is just to show how it actually looks to the user. I'll select the paragraph. We have only one paragraph here, so I'll directly go ahead and select it and call the hide method and pass slow to it, that is hide slowly. Let's have a look in the browser. Once I refresh, it slowly hides. If I have an alert here, remember alert blocks everything on the browser, so it would, the previous line, that is hide, will be hiding the paragraph, and it encounters alert and it stops hiding. See, we still have the text in the background. Once I hit OK, it just hides away. I don't want this. I want this to hide, the paragraph to be hidden. After it completely hides, I need to call something. I need to do something. For that I use callback function or the anonymous function as the second parameter. So now once the first thing, that is slow, is completely executed, after that the second parameter, that is the anonymous function or the callback function, is called. So this is how callback function calls. If this is a response, that is the first parameter is a response from some other servers like Facebook, Google APIs or Twitter APIs, we don't know when actually, at what time interval actually it responds to our call. So it waits until the response, that is asynchronously. It doesn't block the code, it just flows on executing. But once there is a response from any of those calls, the callback function, the corresponding callback function, is executed. So let me show you the anatomy of callback functions. Here I take a method called eat with 3 parameters: food, drink and callback. First I'll select the paragraph and I'll replace its existing HTML or just include a HTML between this. It's just like JavaScript's inner HTML. Now I'll tell I ate something and had a drink. So this corresponds to first 2 parameters. And the third one, the third parameter, is a method, and this function doesn't actually know about it. So we need to check if a callback is actually present. I'll do that with the help of if statement. If there is a callback, if so, I need to know what type of callback it is. What's the type of it? Is it a function? Using type of method, I'll check if it is a function. If so, if the third parameter of method eat is a method, then call it. That's it. So now I'll invoke this eat method. I'll need to just call this eat method. I'll pass some food item, pizza, and cola. And the third parameter, I'll pass an anonymous function or a callback method. See, it's a function, and I'll simply alert, yes, I finished my food. So according to the execution flow, inside the paragraph, first I'll get I ate pizza and had a cola. After that, alert will appear that I had my food. So using jQuery, I'll call this eat method once the page actually loads. I don't want to trigger this for any other events like click or change. It will get complicated. So I'll just call it for the load event of the browser. Remember, JavaScript is an event based programming. Since these are strings, I'll have to send it within double quotes. So let's have a look at it in the browser. See, first the text, that is I ate pizza and cola came. After that, the alert box. I'll go and take a div here. The alert box doesn't seem to be nice here, so I'll go ahead and replace it with inserting the string inside div tags. So you could see the first string appears first and the next one appears next, because after the first statement appears, the callback function is called, and then I had my food appears. It looks like it appeared both of the statements appear at once, because these statements are coming from our own server. In cases like this, if first parameter is a method, remember, each function in JavaScript is a first class object. If the result is coming from some other servers and we don't know, and we have 2 to 3 of such calls and we don't know the response time of those servers, in such cases we just ping those, we just request something from these servers and just go ahead with the flow of the program and don't worry about their return, if at all. And whenever the result has been returned, corresponding callback methods are executed upon the return of the results, and all these are asynchronous method of writing the JavaScript. Hence there is no blocking of the code, that is, we don't wait until the server returns some results and the callback method is called and then we go to the next line of code and call some other servers. If we are requesting some results from Facebook API as well as Twitter API, we just, the program control just flows and requests some results from both of these APIs, that is Facebook and Twitter, and just doesn't worry much about the results it is sending and the time it takes to send the results. It just executes, and if and when these APIs return the results, its corresponding callback methods are called. If not, if those servers don't respond, and if we don't have if we have error handling here, we can even choose to ignore if there is an error. For example, we have so many social media buttons over here on various sites. If a person wants to like the article, he just hits the like button, it goes to the Facebook API, and then something returns from it, and the button here on the page gets updated, telling the user, showing the user that he or she has liked this article. And if there is an error, it just throws some error and it is indicated with some red into mark or something, or we could choose to ignore it too. So this is about the anatomy of callback function. What I was thinking of explaining to you is what actually the callback method is, and what's the anatomy of it, and how asynchronous JavaScript actually works to our advantage. And this also is the main reason for helping Node.js to achieve the concurrency, the biggest problem it is trying to address. Concurrency, by the way, is the biggest challenge for all the programming language, especially the scripting languages like PHP, JSP, or .NET, that is ASP, also system side programming languages. Node.js wants to address this with the help of these callback methods and some other things present in Node.js. Hope this video helps. Please leave your comments on our blog. The link is present in the description section of this YouTube video. Please share this video with your friends on Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, Twitter, StumbleUpon, etc. Stay subscribed to technotip.com and technotip.org and to our YouTube channel. And please don't forget to like this video on YouTube.